TV na mamaya.
This is my sister and I singing 13 years ago. After my mother uploaded this video, I remember rarely sleeping because there was honestly a part of me that just felt like the video was gonna go viral. The next morning, I woke up as if it were Christmas morning to a whopping 12 views. And I was actually heartbroken. Hello everyone, nice to see you guys again. My name is siedmannsoltes. I make music under the name Sios and make videos like this every week about life. So hit that subscribe button if you guys want to come along for the journey. So this is a story about a boy who fell in love with music and how he almost gave up on his dreams. The story is about me. You see, all my life, I had this pestering feeling that a successful life for me meant being a successful artist and musician. I grew up in a Filipino household, and this meant someone in your family played guitar, someone in the family sang, or you were at the very least exposed to karaoke. The crazy thing is that on top of that, my parents always pushed that side of me. I remember always singing and performing for my elementary school growing up. Every time we went to a party, my dad always brought a guitar and essentially forced me to sing. When I was younger, obviously I didn't mind it. It was just something I had to do. But it got to the point that I almost started resenting it. Part of it was how awkward and imposing I felt whenever I'd perform for these, adults at these parties that were not even our parties. But another part of me still loved music behind the scenes, and I just honestly didn't think I was good enough to be performing. Interestingly enough, when I got to 7th grade, I performed for a talent show called West Cary Idol. It was with a good friend of mine, Lexi, and it was such a turning point in my life. I remember the nerves backstage, the butterflies, and as soon as I walked past those curtains and played those first few notes, I was hooked. There wasn't anything that felt like performing in front of a live audience and hearing the applause after you genuinely felt like you gave a good performance. So after that, I ended up joining the show choir. I became a lead in the musical as Prince Eric. And when I got to high school, I just could not stop. I did the talent show my freshman year. I auditioned for musicals. I joined chamber choir. I was in an a cappella group. I was making videos for friends and family on Facebook, on YouTube. Literally anything I could do to surround myself with music, I was doing. And then my junior year of high school, something happened. There were these a cappella videos that started popping up everywhere, especially on Twitter.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
I saw those videos and I was like, okay, I can do that. I made one to J. Cole's song called Apparently, and it took me a half an hour to make. I posted it and Twitter took off. There were these accounts dedicated to reposting these a cappella videos because it was like a big trend, and I was reposted everywhere. I was young, so I made a mistake of not watermarking it. So as big as the video got, nobody knew who that kid was. I had no clue how to capitalize on all this attention I was getting. So over time, everything just fizzled away, just like that trend. But that experience was another big turning point. I was absolutely sure that I wanted to be an artist and I wanted to make my own music.
On empty. Is that the kind of way to face the burning heat? I just think about my baby. I'm so full of love I can barely eat. There's nothing sweeter than my baby.
When college came around, I honestly wasn't even sure that I wanted to go. I thought about wanting to do music instead. If I did go to college, I thought of becoming a music major, but the parents put a hard stop to that. And at the time, I was honestly very hurt. It felt like they were discouraging something that I felt they were really pushing for when I was younger. Honestly glad they stopped me because it really lit a fire. So in college, I did another talent show my freshman year. I have such vivid memories of that experience. I did it with my friend Jimmy, and during the performance, everyone took out their phone and turned on the lights. And I remember just being in a trance and just seeing a bunch of lights sort of waving like an ocean in front of me, and something I'll never forget.
Oh my god.
After that, I joined the a cappella group and became president for the last 2 years of college. I loved it. We traveled and performed everywhere, from small venues to big stages, and I was just glad that I was singing and creating such beautiful music. But towards the end of 2020, I got this itch. It was sort of me realizing that while I was doing so many things, I wasn't actually working towards my actual dream of becoming an artist. So after learning to produce and mix and master through the a cappella group, I finally released my first single, Painted White, this year.
Sometimes it hurts me, but it's okay.
It honestly felt like everything I'd ever done up until this point, with music, with photography, videography, with YouTube, my clothing business, I felt like all of that led to this release and my work as an artist. I was in nursing school for the last 2 years, and when I graduated, this meant that I had to take my nursing board exams. But this all came to a screeching halt when reality hit. And I failed. It was a difficult time because I'd always found the time to do what I wanted, even while in nursing school. But failing meant going home temporarily and having to focus all of my time into passing. I remember going to play basketball one morning. I sat down at a bench and almost started crying. It was like all of these really overwhelming emotions hit me at once. I was disappointed in myself, angry, sad, frustrated, but I think most of all, I was just afraid. But I think I just felt a lot of self-doubt. I always felt like I was being pulled in two different directions when it came to being in nursing school while pursuing, different artistic endeavors. But I always managed. Failing, though, helped me come to the realization that nursing would always come precedent over the music as long as the music doesn't have financial stability. And knowing how many years I'd already been doing music, how much effort I'd already put into it, on top of that with failing my exam and my job just around the corner, I honestly felt like giving up. So after sitting there for a while, I did the funniest thing anybody could do in that situation. I literally went to Google. It was like the only other thing I could think of doing. I typed, "When should you give up on your dreams?" Answer. I came across one of the first articles and I found a quote that was so simple, but to me was so profound. It just helped me see the bigger picture. This quote read, "There will be moments when you doubt yourself. In those moments, if you can honestly say that the passion and purpose you felt when you started is gone for good, then it might be time to let this dream go. But if you still have a spark in your soul and hope in your heart, then dust yourself off and just keep going." Like, to this day, I keep that quote as my lock screen. Needless to say, I haven't given up. I actually feel like I need to work a little bit harder and think a lot less. If you're someone who is involved in this great pursuit of trying to achieve your dreams, whether big or small, as long as you find yourself questioning whether you should give up, then you probably shouldn't. If you're questioning the action of giving up, if you're even a little bit hesitant, then that typically means there's still that spark. There's still that hope that something could work out at the end. And at the end of it all, regardless of the degree of success we find, if we truly love something and we find purpose and fulfillment while doing that something, why should we ever let it go?
Ano na?
Parang malabo.
Okie dokie. Well, that was another video. I hope you guys like that. If you stuck around to this point, thank you so much. It means the world. You guys know the drill. Please Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you guys like the video. Comment down below what your dreams are, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.